Hey there, Professor. This will be my video on the small group interaction. It will also include the honors component. So I just wanted to first say that this assignment really brought our team together, and I say team over group because it was a group of individuals, but we all were working together, focused on one goal, and we all understood our roles and wanted to achieve our goals. So I would say team over group, which was kind of cool to see the difference and go into knowing the difference. Um, yeah, so that is awesome that we got to do that. This group was similar to other groups that I've had. Sorry, this team was similar to other teams that I've had, especially in college. All of us as engineers have been focused and wanted to get tasks done. So definitely being task oriented has helped us be teams before, but this group was cool as we were kind of more aware of the social dynamics that we were dealing with going into it, the different roles and styles of leadership. There were, I think, 6 or 7 of us, and I can just talk about their roles a little bit. First, when we showed up first day, none of us knew anything about stocks. So we all kind of collectively laughed together over the idea that we're going to be dealing with this. And we just chose somebody to be the leader. And we chose them because they were a little bit more outgoing and they were kind of willing to take the role. So we chose Nathan as our leader. He also acted as a great listener. He was very, very reflective on everything. So that was awesome. Next in the group, I would say Jose was key. He was an opinion giver and also a reliever. So just when things were a little bit more tension, he'd kind of make a joke um, for the group's benefit, and so that would help us out. So he was definitely an opinion giver. He definitely give his opinion, but also a reliever. There was a couple people, Maria Jose and James, on our team that were really, really good evaluators. When people would give ideas, they would go search the internet, they'd look it up, they'd dig into it, and they would help evaluate. So that was super useful, especially dealing with stocks. Um, Eric, Eric Sylvia, was a great elaborator. He would kind of force people to expound on their ideas and why they thought so. So he kind of pulled everybody out of their shell, which was really, really helpful to have on the team. Um, Sergio, I would say, it was a harmonizer. He would help all of us kind of merge our ideas together. He would kind of give a recap before we made any big decisions, and also he was more of a follower on the group. He didn't contribute many big ideas, but he kind of helped bring all of the ideas together. I would say I myself was an opinion seeker. I really like to kind of draw opinions out of people, and I also helped like to evaluate or critique ideas, just like Maria Jose and James. So that was great. We all took turns recording, which was super fun. Kind of seeing the different styles and ideas and how that all meshed together. So that was that. The As far as norms and different power dynamics go in groups and the roles that played, we were all pretty collaborative. Uh, yeah, we worked together trying to come up with the best ideas for our money and our budget, and we had a great time doing it. I would say that power was distributed pretty evenly across the group. Everybody was cross-referencing everybody else's ideas and checking in with everybody. It was a pretty healthy social dynamic, honestly, and I'm really thankful for it over the past couple weeks. But yeah, so power was pretty distributed evenly. We all had zero status. None of us knew exactly, or sorry, none of us knew anything about stocks. So I think that helped with spreading out the power dynamic easily. But other than that, it was a very, very healthy dynamic that kind of just rolled smoothly throughout the whole project. For the actual stock breakdown, we started off with the idea that we really wanted to diversify. When we started, the war had just broken out overseas, so we were thinking maybe defense companies, picked a few bigger companies just to kind of roll with it. We picked 6 companies. They were NVIDIA, Eli Lilly, Google, Boeing, Northrop Grumman. Those 5. So we picked those 5 companies. We kind of spread out our stocks evenly. Again, very little research as to how we should spread out those stocks. We kind of just spread it out 1 to 2 grand in each of those 5. And that treated us well. in terms of the rest of the stock market, we kind of stayed even with where everybody was at, or where the whole world was at, because the stock market kind of was going down the first week. So we had a steady decline with the rest of the world in the first week. We kind of just held on. We traded some stocks around within those 5, but we held on to original 5, and we kind of threw in all of the rest of the money, because we had a couple hundred left over. We threw in all the rest into a smaller stock that was worth very little. So not very little, it was $20 or something like that. So we bought a whole bunch of those stocks, and that was kind of just our filler stocks, so we didn't just have money in cash. We did a lot of that on the second meeting day, so by that first Friday, I believe. Then going into the next Wednesday, the stock market continued to go down. We decided to sell Boeing because they had lost us the most money. So we sold a lot of Boeing, rearranged, we bought some more Northrop Grumman, and then we poured all the rest of it into that smaller stock again, DRS. So we had as little in cash as possible. Come that next Friday, we kind of looked at it and we decided to revert all of our changes. You gave us that opportunity, and we looked, and we would have made a couple more bucks if we stayed where we were on Wednesday. So we decided to not go with those changes, and we decided to make more changes on Friday, and we actually realized that we were in the hole quite a bit. So we decided to sell everything that we had except for our Northrop Grumman stock. So we sold everything. I think we bought 3 more Northrop Grumman. Yep, 3 more. And then we put the rest of it into a penny stock. And that was a big risk, but we knew we couldn't make it out of our hole and win if we didn't take that risk. So we took that risk. We bought almost 1 million of these penny stocks at fractions of a cent, in hopes that it would go up by a small percentage and obviously get us millions. By the time Wednesday rolled around this week, that clearly didn't happen, and we came in last place. But it was honestly a really good learning experience. We learned a lot about stocks since none of us knew anything. I think I learned that I shouldn't invest in the stock market until I learn a little bit more about it. But overall, it was super cool to learn about the stocks. The team environment was really, really helpful and uplifting and encouraging. And all of us really stepped up, recording, showing leadership skills, and pushing each other to share ideas. So it was a really good experience, and learned a lot about how teams should interact and how they do interact.